Hey everyone, it's Lisa and today is Tuesday and I am going to do a tutorial for you. I asked you on my Instagram whether you wanted me to do the Bobbi Brown or the Tarte, and I think Bobbi won, but I'll still do the Tarte. And so I did this look with a lot of Bobbi Brown products, and I also did kind of like that smoky liner that I had the other day. And so just hang on and I'll be right back. What we're going to start off with is this, and it is the Chanel Leblanc de Chanel base, multi-use illuminating base. And I really think this is going to be the secret to many foundations for me. I've used it twice. The first day I used it with a Chanel makeup, not their velvet, but their other Longwear makeup, and I loved it. And then I wore it underneath the Bobbi Brown in the pictures that I showed you that day that Brooke and I had gone. We went out to eat and went shopping for a little bit, and it was raining, and like it was 100% humidity, like it was misty in the air, and my makeup lasted all day. And I'm thinking this, for those of you that like the Rachel K and the Shiseido, you know, BB Sport, this might be our new latest and greatest thing. And it really, for Chanel, was not that expensive. I think it was $45 for this bottle, which I believe, yeah, is 1 ounce. So I have just been using the sample, but today I thought I would just use the real thing. And it comes out white like that. So, let me zoom you in just a little bit. So it illuminates, it kind of blurs out imperfections. It really smooths the skin, and it's one of those that kind of dries, like it has some powders in it, and it makes your makeup just kind of go right onto it. And she said that a lot of hand models use it. It's very popular for normal combo oily skin, and she said it has licorice in it to fade like dark spots and stuff like that. So anyway, so here it is, and I'm going to start with my forehead. And it smooths right out and it goes dry, which is what I like. To me, if you start off with a bunch of thick sunscreen and oily skin products, I don't know, it's hard to expect your makeup not to get oily. So I always try to find the in-between, you know, something that's not mattifying too much. Okay. So this was 1 pump, and I probably could have made that make my whole face. I just didn't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Where'd I put it? Right here. It smells good too. I'm gonna put like a half a pump, and I'm gonna do my chin. And then, just so you can see how it looks, I'm gonna spread it out on my hand. So you can see it kind of blurs things out, and then leaves kind of it's kind of like the same base that the Shiseido leaves. Not tacky at all, just a really good base. Okay, so we are going to do the Bobbi Brown. The color I got is number 4 Natural, and it seems to be a good match. So I'm going to start off with, let's do 2 pumps on my hand so you can see it's kind of thick. The consistency is kind of like the Bare Pro, I would say that. And then I did buy the brush that goes with it. It's the little foundation brush. The reason I did is I kind of like doing that when a foundation comes out. I like to buy the brush that goes with it. But I can't remember I watched a video where they were using the brush, and it looked like one I would like, and I do. I've already used it once and see how it left nothing on it, and that's what I like. And it's kind of like it's called a full coverage face brush. So anyway, let's do this. Let's put it on my face first. And then, okay, the smell has a little bit of a smell, but it's kind of just like a clean, it's not perfumey, it's kind of like clean, almost skincare smelling. So, okay. So I'm just going to start kind of working it in kind of blotting and spreading out at the same time. And I can tell you from using it before, it's one of those that I just really like right off the bat. To me, there is just some foundations you can just tell immediately that you're gonna like. Okay. And see that redness, it'll cover it right up. So it's not full coverage as in Marc Jacobs Remarkable or the Urban Decay All Nighter or any of those that are just crazy, but it's full coverage, kind of like Studio Fix or Caviar Pro or something like that. Okay, so you can see it's pretty dewy. And it is a little bit tacky, but I don't remember it. I think it dries down. We shall see. So I'm just kind of going over. So 2 pumps pretty much did my whole face, and I'm gonna just run what's left down my neck. There we go. Get all up in my hairline. This is all my new hair. It's finally growing and becoming part of the rest. Okay, so there is the foundation, and because it's cloudy today, I'm having to use my light, but I wanted to do this video, so here it is. You can see, I would say it's good coverage. I don't have a lot to cover up, mostly just like a little bit of redness. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to do my makeup like I did the other day. And I think the next thing I did is concealer, because I got a new brush that I've seen people using that looked interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna do, this is NARS Custard Creamy Concealer. And so, just kind of using what's on that wand. And the brush that I got is the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki. And it just looked interesting to me. It looked like something I might like for blending in concealer. See how it's shaped like that? And so you can kind of get right in like this. Because I love something that makes this whole process easier. Ooh, dabbed right in my eye. And then go around my nose. Gosh, I love it. Okay. Get in your corner of your eye and then blend it out. Okay. John is homesick today, so he just had to come out and go get, I brought him home an Egg White Delight. Okay. So I have blended out that concealer, and one of my friends that I went to high school with that used to work at the Chanel counter, now she is at the Laura Mercier counter. So I have been going and talking to her and I bought a few things, and she gave me a little sample of the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I had given my big one to Brooke, and it just made me realize how much I missed using that powder underneath my eyes. It's not that, it is translucent, but it does add brightening. So I remembered I had this one. The one she gave me is even tinier than this, but I have this one. Make sure that's what this is, yeah. And I did that the other day and I liked it. Yeah. They burnt his Egg White Delight. So anyway, get a good amount of the Laura Mercier in your thing, in your top, and then this is a damp beauty blender, and just kind of, I don't know, I don't really bake, I just kind of apply it like this. And you can see how much that brightens and smooths that area out. I forgot how good this is. So, and it almost adds, I hate to say extra coverage, but I guess extra brightness. So I'm gonna go where I put all of that concealer. And I will say, if you have like these small samples, it's not as easy to use because you almost need that big lid and tray to dip this in, dip your Beauty Blender in. Okay, and I'm also going to take some and go right here, kind of like to highlight that area. Okay, and so that, see how that already gives you good definition. And then the next thing, I'm gonna try to use, you know, several Bobbi Brown products. I try to do that when I'm using something, you know, in a tutorial. I try to go ahead and use some different things of that same brand. And so, I don't have a face powder. I tried to match the Classic Beige Laura Mercier with a Bobbi Brown powder, and they didn't have one. So I'm just gonna use this. If you can't get this, which I know it's not available anymore, the closest thing I have found is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro powder in Sandstone. But I still really prefer this, so I'm gonna use it until it's gone. And I'm gonna take this and just kinda do like a, I don't know, a little bit of powder. It's kind of like preliminary bronzing and everything all together. This is just good powder. I don't know why in the heck they would discontinue this. And then around my neck, jawline, and I'll do a little bit more on my cheeks. This just kind of gives me definition and some more color without it being too bronzy. And so there we go with that. Okay, a longtime fave of mine, if you've been with me for a while, you know I love the Bobbi Brown bronzer in, for me to hit pan on all these, you know I love them. This is the Golden Light. So I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown bronzer brush, which I like. And so instead of doing like a full-on sharp contour, I'm gonna do more of a bronzy contour. So I'll put my brush in there and just kind of do that whole cheek. And then do the, kind of like do the three, I guess, just in separate motions. Okay, maybe a little bit more right back here. And you can kind of turn your brush to the side like that, and then get you a little bit more, and then what's left, and we'll kind of just blend everywhere. Okay. Now, a new product that they have that I got a sample of, they had 3 different colors. They had a pink one. I didn't get a sample of that because I didn't think I would use that, but they had this one, which is Bare Glow. And then they had one that is called Sunny Glow. Brooke likes that one. It's more of a, it's kind of like, it reminds me of the By Terry Sunny Flash. But this Bare Glow, it's almost like their vitamin enriched face base. That's exactly what it smells like, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is. Okay, so I wanted to just show you how pretty this is. I'm gonna first put it on the back of my hand. This is one of those things that you can use as a base or highlight or anything, and it's just so pretty. It smells really good, but what I'm gonna use it for is just kind of like right here, just for a little bit of highlight, but it's not extreme. Just gonna dab in here and just right there under the corner of your eye and up. And we'll put a little bit right here. And let's see if this does anything. Kind of like, I don't have a real serious Cupid's bow, but it smells so good. I love it. Okay, so far so good. I don't know if you can see how pretty that looks. Just beautiful. Really good coverage, glowy, not cakey at all, and I haven't even had to fix plus. So I'm gonna keep you kind of pulled in like that. And then the next thing we're gonna do is eyes. No, let's go ahead and finish the cheeks. I brought out here one of my shimmer bricks. It's the Rose Shimmer Brick, and I thought I would just use this as a blush and highlighty thing all together. So I'm gonna take this little angled brush and put it right here in the kind of center colors that aren't too bright, and go right here on my cheekbone like that. Kind of stopping right there at the corner. I don't come all the way in. And I think that gives a good glow. I've always loved the shimmer bricks. I've got the bronzy one too, I like. So I think I'm gonna leave my foundation like that. And so let's go on to eyes. And so minor sin. Oh good, a little bit of sun's coming out. I'm gonna, this one's running out. I have to squeeze it. But I'm determined I'm gonna use what's in here. Okay. And then I'm gonna just put that all over the lid. And I'm gonna use some of my favorite Bobbi Brown shadows. I love Bobbi Brown eyeshadows. I don't know why, but I feels like I end up using these singles more than I do the palettes. When I get a palette, they're always so pretty, but I just go back to, I've got them in these little doubles. Oh, look at the sun coming through, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with, I've got wheat, and then I've got two colors I could do my brows with. I've got wheat and cement. And here they are. I think I'm gonna do my brows with cement first. And this is the Bobbi Brown Eye Definer brush. It's not their brow brush. It's a little bit thinner, but I love it. So I'm gonna go in with wheat, number 30, and just lightly fill that in. And then kind of do like I like to do a little swoop over and down, just to define that. Oh, I love this sunshine. And then what's left on my brush, I'm just gonna flick up and over like that. I've got my camera on automatic, so hopefully it's adjusting to this sunshine coming in. This is that sun after the rain that's so pretty and bright. And then you guys know I don't like this front part too harsh. Okay, and I'm going to just put a little bit more up here at the top and kind of make those blend like that. Let me turn this light off just to see how this goes. This might even be better with more natural. That light up there's got those yellowish bulbs in it. Okay, and then I'm going to use the clear brow gel because if I don't, they'll get all, not that I have real squirrely brows, but still they just won't stay as pretty looking in place. And I feel like this kind of sets that powder too, so it won't come out. Okay, so the first color I'm gonna go in with is going to be one of my favorites, and it is, let's see what I've got here. I'll tell you what, let's go over the whole lid with wheat to put down a good base first. I'll go in with my little Smashbox. So this is the same color we used on my brows. And I'm just gonna put it on my lid to kind of create a base there. Kind of just bring it up in the crease and out. You could use a lighter color if you want, like vanilla or something like that, but I didn't want to. One color I want to get from Bobbi Brown is Rich Brown. Next time I go, I'm gonna get that color. I could not remember the name. Okay, and then the next color I'm going to use is a most loved, this is probably one of my favorite shadows ever, and it's the Bobbi Brown Taupe. And it's right here. It is just a good one. If you like Wedge, any Urban Decay Naked, any of those colors like that, you will love this one. Okay, let's go in with a Louise Young, I'm not sure which one, it's one of her crease brushes, and I'm gonna go in with the Taupe. It's very pigmented, and I'm gonna do kind of like a outer V type crease thing, like that. Just do the outer edge and then come into the crease and go all the way in and like that. My typical, this is just what I would do with any crease color probably. And then I bring it out and just a little bit up on that brow bone right there. And then I'm going to take this is the Smashbox little dome brush, smoky brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of that and take it underneath. Like that. And I'm even going to try to meet it up a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and maybe darken that outside a little bit. Like that. It's amazing how just changing your brush makes such a big difference. Okay, and then I don't have a Bobbi Brown cream liner because I will have to be perfectly honest, they're just not my favorite. For me, for some reason, they dry out. So I thought I would do the liner look that I had on in my video because a lot of you liked it, and I like it too when I feel like taking the time to do it. So I'm going to use one of my favorite gel liners, and it's just the L'Oreal Espresso. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Smashbox Bent Liner Brush and get plenty on your brush like that. And then I use the lid to kind of smooth out my brush and make sure it's not all crazy. And then I'm gonna go in just with a normal liner. And what my goal is going to be is to have winged liner, of course, but I'm going to kind of smudge it out and make it just kind of like a smudgy, pretty, sexy wing liner. Okay, see, I've already kind of got that template for my wing. Some of my best wings are when I do like this. I come from the outside and just flick it up, and then I come back in like that. I just feel like you get more of a natural flick. And then you can build it up like that. I need to put on my magnet. There we go. Oh, much better. And then I can I just looked at my makeup and it's a little less sculpty than usual. A lot of you might like that. Okay, and then I brought some pointy Q-tips out here to kind of straighten up that bottom like that. Okay, one way you could do this is to smudge that line out and then have to apply this again. And I used to do that, but I've got a better way. So you just do both eyes, and then I'm gonna load my brush up and smooth it out. Okay, I'm gonna start on the end on this one and flick it out and come back. And kind of fill that in. Just kind of walk it down. Okay, so that one is thicker than the other, but that's just the way it goes. Just match them up. And then you can always go back in with that same Q-tip. These pointed ones are the best. and then kind of straighten it from the bottom like that. Okay, and like I said, because I'm using a little bit of thicker lashes, I like the lashes that are wing out at the ends. I can use a little bit of a thicker wing because my lashes are going to kind of cover that up a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with this all over shadow brush back in that taupe color and just flick it out right there, kind of connect it to that wing and make that outer edge just a little darker. Okay, now this is one of my favorite, I used this the other day, it's one of my favorite shadows, and it is Bobbi Brown Rich Caviar, and it's actually a liner shadow. So it's very dark and densely pigmented, and so what I'm gonna do is, you can use it wet, but what I've been doing is using it dry and taking a brush like this one, which is the Sigma liner brush. This is my original one that's SS209, but I will put the equivalent. It's just their liner brush, and then dip it in the shadow, and then you'll need to tap it off and just kind of go right along the top of that line and kind of just smoke it out. And that way you don't have to do your liner over again. And you can do this with any dark color. The other day I did it with a dark green from Trish McAvoy. And then I kind of put it over that liner too. You can see it's already given me that smokier look instead of being such a stark line. So I'm gonna just kind of go over the top and blend it out. Oh, I got a little carried away right there. Let me see if I can get some of it off. Yep. If anything, that's how I always make up mistakes. I just do it to the other eye. So I might put a little bit more right here. And a lot of times I do take it and go ahead and fill in this corner anyway. Like that. Okay, let's try to take a little bit of this wheat. See if I can cover that up some. Yes, perfect. I'll do that kind of wheat all over the lid again. Okay, now I brought out here, when I went back there, the Golden Glow base. I wanted to show you that too. So this one is like the golden color. And let me show you right here on my hand. See how that one gives more of the golden color? So I'm gonna see what it does if I use it right in here. I don't think it's probably meant for this, but I just thought I would see. It feels so good and it smells so good. Makes you want to use it. So, I think that's smoked out enough. I'm not going to put anything else on my bottom. I'm going to do mascara, which is my Dior, my favorite one. The Pump and Volume. And just go right to the base of the lashes. I'm going to wear lashes, so I just mainly want a good base. Okay, so that's the upper mascara done. Now for lower, I like to use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And I like to kind of pull my lashes out to the side like that. Just to give a little shadow. I'm not really trying to define each lash. Okay, and I'm gonna put my Duo Dark on my lashes that I have been using for days now. They are the I put in the comments the other day that these weren't my favorite, but what happened is I had not cut them enough. So they were lifting on the inside, so I went ahead and cut one more section off of them, and now I love them. You'll see how easy they go on. But it is the House of Lashes Iconic Light. And so now I've got them just where they fit perfectly. So I'm going to put a blob of glue out on my paper towel here. And then I'm going to take some and put it on these lashes. Okay, and while that's drying, I thought I would use a new lipstick that I bought the other day. You know, I'm always on the hunt for a light, peachy lipstick that's glossy and kind of sheer, but not too sheer. So I got one that's pretty close. It's from their Moisture collection, Moisturizing Lip Care, and it's called Almost Pink. And the lip liner I'm going to use is Pale Mauve. It's a little bit darker, I think, than the Cocoa. Kind of a good neutral. Even though it says mauve, it's just kind of like a neutral nude color. And I have people comment about the edges of my lips being discolored. I don't know why that is, but they are. This one especially has like a dark spot. If I had to guess, it would be old age or sun damage, you know. So there is the lip liner, and you can see it's a good one. I always forget about this one. Okay, and we're going to do this, which is the Almost Pink. And you'll see, that's why I say I always mix the tones. It makes a better lip. This feels really good. Okay, ooh, I love it. That was a good mix. This is very similar to that Lancome, both of those Lancome peach colors that I like. Okay, so now I'm going to put my lashes on, and you will see how easily they just sit right down. I could have sworn I brought here it is, my tweezers out. So we're going to sit this one down. They got it too far in too. You have to put it more on the outside. There we go. So I think that's it. I think sometimes I go too close in with my videos. I mean, I know you guys want to see, but it's just not realistic when you come so close in. Nothing's going to look that good that close. Okay, now I want to go over, I'm going to take that darker color, Cement, and touch up the edges of my brows. I want to make this a little bit stronger, and I want to come right up here a little bit more. Okay, like that. Now we're almost done. I'm going to take this Maybelline Radiant Lumi, and I'm going to go right in here. And a lot of times I like to go right here too. And just brighten up right in here. Like that. And if it's too bright, you just come down. This stuff is better than any high-end. The next best thing to me is the Prep and Prime Radiant Rose. Okay, and you don't need this, but I got this the other day and I thought it was just so pretty. Here, let me take my clips out. My hair's more straight today. Okay, I got this gloss from Laura Mercier the other day, and it's so pretty. It is called Boho, and it's a lacquer up. It's one of those thick lip glosses, and it's real shimmery, a light pink. I'm going to put just a little bit right here, just to make that center kind of pop, but I love this. This is really good. Okay, I think that's it. Let me go get dressed and I'll be right back. So I just went back and got dressed and I'll do my outfit of the day. And I think when I looked at the look, I felt like I needed a little bit of something more on my cheeks. So I'm gonna go in with my Yummy MSF Gold Deposit. And I love this brush. I don't even know if it's still available, but it's the Chanel Angled Brush, Powder Contour. And I'm just gonna go, just tap it lightly and just add a little bit more right in that cheek. Now this is a step you may or may not want to do, but it's just what I like. And then I'm gonna just use the rest down my neck. And there we go. So I think that is a little bit more me. My hair is kind of, it's kind of flat today. And put in my Invisalign. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't have them in the whole time. And here they go. I snap right in. I wonder if you can bleach your teeth with Invisalign in, because my teeth need bleaching, I think. Okay, so I'll be right back with my outfit. Okay, so today I have on one of my mini black dresses. This one is a little bit more bodycon than the ones from Zara. This one is actually just a plain dress from Forever 21. They have it in a million different colors and it's a good one for the price. And I've got on this Zara tweed jacket that I just saw was on sale. And I love it. I love wearing it with even like with my yoga pants and a tank or something. It's just a good one. And then here, let me scroll. I have on my Hue temp tights because it's cold outside today, and just some little booties. These are some Vince booties from a few years ago, and they're really comfortable. Okay, and for accessories, I just have on my Bosnia studs, which are two-tone, and they're just good go-to. And then I have on my Gucci ring, the lion ring, and this also comes in like silver and gold, I believe. And you guys know my necklace from Oliver that I haven't taken off. And that's it. Then you saw my pin. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love this foundation. It's pretty, it layers well. I think it's just perfect everything. I will let you know down below how it wears, but the other day I wore it all day, like I said, in the rain, and it still looked beautiful. So I think it's a good one. And if you're my color, right around NC30, NC35, then this color would be for you. And it was the natural. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.